is just fantastic. Captain's log, subdates 220524.6. As it'll be another 24 hours before we find out what we should do, I've managed to take up position underneath the 2 sentient blubber tumors. Oh look, an open exhaust port. I may have to investigate. Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be discussing a LOLSUIT. There are a few of them ongoing at the moment, and no, Johnny Depp Amber Heard is not one of them. That one is actually quite important. The one we're going to discuss today is important for another reason, because now we can poke a little fun at Defamation Dead Trim Pubic Noodlehead, as he seeks to use a LOLSUIT to claim damages from the incorrigible DJ killer Keemstar. And as we have the legal document, and it has been publicly shared about, we are going to go through that along with claims Def Noodles has made in his own videos. In fact, he's not remotely obsessive, by the way. No, he just has to put Keemstar on every thumbnail to almost every video, and feature him in almost every single post on Instagram. He's not obsessed. He is under attack, and being under attack means he needs protect from the lair. Okay. On May the 22nd, 2021, Keemstar tweeted out, Def Noodles has allegedly groomed girls from ages 12 to 15. Big YouTuber source, victims are scared of him and wish to stay anonymous, but may come forward soon. Hashtag drama alert. This came about because Def Noodles at that point had been called out a number of times for falsely reporting situations, some of which were remarkably serious. His response to each of them was, "It's just a joke, bruh." And here's a little proof of somebody joking about Def Noodles.
We will continue to provide the same quality in news providing that Def Noodles also provides. First story, recent rumours coming in that internet personality comedian Def Noodles has been seen trying to swim into US territorial waters, dragging 5 metric tons of cocaine from Colombia. A local trawlerman describes how that was one hell of a catfish. In our next story, the TWAT's personal investigators have been using the same methods that Def Noodles uses for his stories. Given that you can make a story on even the tiniest little nuggets of a truth, we have come to the conclusion that Def Noodles, as he entertains children, is in fact a diddler.
Def Noodles being the comedic pro that he is, and totally being capable of taking a joke from everyone that mocked him for his false reporting and poor handling of situations, blocked most of the internet, akin to that of Steve Shives. He even went out of his way to block those that had been on good terms with him. Not that any of those people are doing that well these days either. Understandably since then, because of his false reporting, Def Noodles lost Twitter and he blamed Keemstar, who had actually gone out of his way to try and get Def Noodles reinstated, to no avail. So Def Noodles went underground and created multiple accounts in some clandestine action. He was then caught and removed again for ban evasion. He harbours, holds, and will retain his grudge over Keemstar, I think, until the day his channel is truly dead, which based on his current trajectory won't be that long unless he changes the course of action he is on. So with that all in mind, let's now have a little look at his accusations. Nature of action. This action arises out of the defendant's entirely fabricated statements that underage girls accused plaintiff of grooming plaintiff's victim, which gave the clear implication that plaintiff was engaged in pedophilic activities or was the subject of accusations of engaging in pedophilic grooming. Defendant has since admitted these were complete fabrications. Parties: 1. Plaintiff is a natural person domiciled in LA. 2. Defendant is a natural person domiciled in the Eastern District of New York. Then you have jurisdiction and venue, with the choice of law being California because it applies to the claims brought by plaintiff herein. Because first, the plaintiff was a citizen of California at the time the defamatory statements were published. Second, the defendant had knowledge that plaintiff resided in California when he made the statements. Therefore, defendant knew the brunt of the harm would be felt in California. I'm trying not to laugh. Do forgive me. Background. 7. Plaintiff is a popular YouTube personality who posts content under the name Def Noodles. The latter part of 7 is incorrect. 8. Defendant is a popular YouTube personality who posts content under the name Keemstar. 9. Plaintiff and defendant are direct competitors in the social media influencer industry. Based on both of them not doing especially well these days, I don't think either of them can consider each other a competitor, unless the race is to the bottom. 10. On the 21st of May, on his verified Twitter account, defendant posted the following tweet of and concerning plaintiff, the tweet I earlier read out. 11. These statements were completely and utter fabrications. There were no allegations by any girls that the plaintiff had groomed them or otherwise engaged in inappropriate conduct of a sexual nature. Yes, it's called reductio ad absurdum, derived from the very fact that Def Noodles himself had been busted posting false allegations. That was the point of it. It was, in effect, a meme. Just a jerk. Of course, being a comedian, Def Noodles knows all about that. 12. Moreover, contrary to defendant's false claims, neither defendant nor anyone acting on defendant's behalf made any attempt to seek comment on the fabricated allegations. To the contrary, defendant blocked plaintiff on Twitter, ensuring he would have no ability to publicly respond to defendant's fabricated claims. You're right. He also blocked most of us, myself included, but he still posts obsessively about this person, the defendant DJ Killer Keemstar, to this day. His obsession is his undoing in all of this, but let's carry on. 13. Those who read and commented on the tweet clearly understood it as stating actual verifiable facts about plaintiff. No, we knew it was a joke. For example, the next day on the 22nd of May, a user with the Twitter name Memelin responded to the tweet and stated, showing them girls his little noodles. Another user with the handle ChrisMCYT posted, so at Def Noodles might be a pedophile? That first one though, right? 14. Plaintiff also received direct messages and tweets asking him to comment on the false allegations in the tweet, and expressing that they understood the tweet to make the accusation that plaintiff was the subject of allegations of grooming underage girls for sex as was involved in pedophilia. The day of the tweet, a user with the Twitter handle AlyssaXXY tweeted, "Hopefully MSM picks up on this, can't have another pedo running around this platform." 15. Other tweets called for an official investigation and to believe the victims, but the truth was there was nothing to investigate. 16. Although plaintiff tried to defend himself on his own accounts, his social media following was not as broad as defendant's. His efforts were not able to, I don't know that word, sorry. The harm done by defendant's malicious disinformation campaign as such. Plaintiff's reputation was injured per se because of the false allegations of criminal conduct, but I thought Def Noodles says his influence was dying and dwindling. Interesting. 17. Plaintiff suffered a per se reputational injury as a result of the false and defamatory tweet. I thought aligning with Ethan Klein did that. 18. Apparently realizing that he was going to be sued for defamation, defendant then engaged in an ill-fated and thinly veiled attempt at arguing that the tweet everyone understood as a legitimate report regarding plaintiff's victims of sex crimes. On the 5th of February 2022, he tweeted a confession wherein he admitted that the tweet was a total fabrication, where he pointed out that Def Noodles himself in that very tweet also posted fake stories, which is why he mocked him for it. Oh no, but my reputation. Your reputation, Def Noodles, was in ruin the moment you started falsely reporting on allegations that you did not understand. You did not, for even a second, put an iota of research into. What are you, the quartering or something? Oh, but it's just a joke. 19. So after seeing responses to the tweet taking it seriously, defendant nearly 8 months later issued the confession claiming everyone knew it was a joke. We did. 20. Not only that, but in the confession, defendant doubled down on the false claim that plaintiff had declined to comment to defendant on the false allegations. It's because he blocked him. 21. Although defendant's confession was a jailhouse lawyer attempt at immunizing himself from liability for defamation, in reality it constitutes conclusive evidence of his actual malice as to the truth of the tweet. 22. Plaintiff now brings this action to recover actual compensatory and exemplary punitive damages against defendant. Loss of earnings, yes, entirely Keemstar's fault, and not yours. I may have mentioned a few times here false allegations. Here's one of them on the screen now. So what is the end game here? Well, Def Noodles is seeking compensatory reputational damages in excess of $75,000 plus interest. Based on the cost of living and of course inflation, I assume that's closer to now $1 million. Please put your little finger at the corner of your mouth when I say that. Thank you. But also because Dennis really wants this to be taken serially. He has demanded trial by jury on all issues so triable. The problem with that is, your Twitter's gone. So a lot of the evidence that proves you are nothing more than a fraud that has falsely accused people of a number of things on Twitter is gone. But we can add to that something you used to do because I remembered this. It might still be in the videos I've done on you in the past. Where you have issued an apology, it has been at the end of a thread where you've accused people of wrongdoing. It gets nowhere near the level of traction or impressions as it would have if you simply put out a tweet on its own or retweeted the original false accusation with an apology. You know this, but then your mask is, I'm a comedian because I tell really shit jokes on stage and blah 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 blah, it's just a joke. That is your defense, Mr. Fake Cat Ear, Dead Trim Pubic Noodle Head. I look forward to seeing how this one unfolds, I really do, because it is a LOLSUIT. Straight up a LOLSUIT. And I do love a good LOLSUIT.